Yo, what is up, guys? James Carter TV here to recap the Sunday night football game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. If you saw my Week 7 picks and predictions video, you knew that for the first time in a while, I was going to put all my faith in the Carolina Panthers. I was going to test them, see whether or not they were legit, and they proved to be legit today. They beat a Philadelphia Eagles team that I don't think any of us think are a good team, but can play well. They didn't play particularly well offensively today. I continue to believe the strength of this team is their defense, specifically Malcolm Jenkins on their defense, who continues to play really well. Nolan Carroll can have some boneheaded plays from time to time, but he's also playing really well on that defense. Their front seven has Fletcher Cox, who's playing really well as well. Connor Barwin has been kind of disappointing, but you can get some production out of him. So really, it's the Eagles' defense that has been leading this team, a Chip Kelly coach team. The offense is a disaster. It continues to be, quite frankly, a disaster. Really inconsistent. Jordan Matthews, sophomore now, rookie last year, played really well last year. Coming into this year, dropping almost everything that touches his hands, it will be dropped. I mean, he is the definition of the term butterfingers right now. He can't catch anything. Josh Huff is a nice, cute little toy, but he's not a consistent wide receiver. Nelson Aguilar, where is he? I don't know where he is. First round pick, 2015 NFL draft for the Philadelphia Eagles. No one can find him. Put out an APB because no one can find Nelson Aguilar. He's made no impact, continues to make no impact for the Philadelphia Eagles throughout the season. So the wide receivers are a disaster. They can't run the ball consistently. They ran it well like a week ago and 2 weeks ago, but today, forget it. They didn't run the ball well at all, except for Ryan Matthews, who had a really nice run. And he's not even used consistently. They have too many running backs. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. When you have DeMarco Murray and Ryan Matthews and Darren Sproles, and you're trying to give everybody carries and everybody time, it just doesn't work out. And DeMarco Murray wants more carries. Ryan Matthews wants more carries. There's too many cooks in this kitchen, and they can't run the ball very well because the offensive line isn't very good. So a lot of issues. And on that offensive line now, Jason Peters went down with an injury. I don't know many details on it yet, but it did not look good. We know that it did not look good. So still a lot of issues on this Philadelphia Eagles team, and we wave our hands and we say, who wants to win the NFC East? Anybody want to win the NFC East? Sure, the Giants are 4-3. I don't think they're gonna win the NFC East. I think they're gonna be 7-9, 8-8. I still like the Cowboys. I think once they get Tony Romo back, and it will be a while. It'll probably be week 11, but once they get Tony Romo back, I think they'll get enough wins, but they have to win some games with Matt Castle, and they were close today, I guess, but man, who wants to win the NFC East? It's not the worst division in the NFL. That award goes to the AFC South, but man, the NFC East is not doing itself any favors. Chip Kelly and this Philadelphia Eagles team continues to struggle. Now, on the other side of this of this loss, for the other team, it was a victory. The Carolina Panthers coming out successful, winning yet another game. They're one of the 5 undefeated teams heading into Week 8, and they face the Indianapolis Colts in Carolina. This should be a win for them. The Indianapolis Colts continue to struggle. They have yet to get a win outside of their division in 2015. They lost to the New Orleans Saints in Indianapolis today. So definitely Carolina should handle their business in Carolina on, I believe, Monday Night Football next week against Andrew Luck. Give him problems. Josh Norman, pick him off once or twice. Ben Rickery, pick him off, do your thing, and then go 7-0. That should be the deal, but I'm still a little hesitant with this Carolina squad because although they're winning games, and I give them that, and that's fine, they're still trotting out guys like Corey Philly Brown or whatever he wants to be called, and Ted Ginn, who isn't even playing. And I don't know how sustainable this offense is. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think you're going to consistently be able to put up points. Yes, Cam Newton's a baller and he's playing really well, but I don't think you consistently put up points with this offense. But hey, they keep winning games, so I'll ride the train, I'll ride the bandwagon, but my eyebrow was still a little raised. My foot is in the water. I haven't jumped in there quite yet. So we'll see how things progress from here. Now, really quickly, let me give you my takeaways from the afternoon games. There were only 2 of them. They were pretty lame to me. And first, we had the Cowboys. They lost the New York Giants. I alluded to this earlier. Yeah, the Giants won. I mean, they should have won by more than this. I mean, you're facing a Matt Castle-led Cowboys team. This is not a good Dallas Cowboys football team without Tony Romo, without Des Bryant. The main problem I have with the Cowboys right now, though, Greg Hardy. The Greg Hardy experiment is not working out at all. This guy is causing all sorts of hell. He was getting into it with Des Bryant on the sideline. He was getting into it with a special teams coach on the sideline. I don't even know if he plays special teams. This is ridiculous. I mean, this guy's causing all sorts of hell in that locker room on these sidelines. They took a 1-year deal on him, and honestly, mid-season, if I'm them, I'm considering getting rid of him. I mean, honestly, this guy is looking like nothing more than a clown, than a baboon that is just causing hell, that is saying, like a baboon, like an orangutan that is just causing hell and trouble and turmoil. And if I'm them, I don't have patience. I don't have time for it. Maybe trade him if anyone wants this guy. I think he's toxic. I think you have nothing to, you could, yes, he's a good player, but you have to understand this guy is just a cancer. This guy's causing all sorts of hell in the media, everywhere. It's just issues aplenty. You have to move on from this guy. I really believe. I mean, I know he's playing well somewhat. I think he's just too much of a headache right now at this juncture. Talking about Tom Brady, talking about women in the media. This guy doesn't have a clue. He doesn't have a clue. He's a clown. He's a baboon. You have to get rid of Greg Hardy. All right, and then let's move on to the San Diego Chargers. Once again, underwhelming. Once again, disappointing as they lost to the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders now 3-3. San Diego Chargers 2-5. And they look destined to win 6 games to me. Now, that's actually going to be an improvement from what they're on pace for right now, unless they win next week. If they win next week, then they're right on pace. But the Chargers, they've underwhelmed. And next week, they're going against the Baltimore Ravens. I think they'll win. I know it's in Baltimore, but I think the Chargers' passing offense should find success against that weak Ravens secondary, especially with the Ravens coming off 6 days rest. But man, the Chargers are disappointing. They're underwhelming. I had them 9-7, missing the playoffs. They'd be glorious if they could get to 9-7. It looks like a 6-10, 5-11 at best 7-9 football team, and I'm sure they expected more. And now you have to start raising your eyebrow and saying, is Mike McCoy's job on the line? Because this been his 3rd year now, and they went 9-7 and 9-7, and now what are they gonna be? And you have to wonder, because many coaches have been fired for a lot more. So you have to wonder what's going to happen here with Mike McCoy. And the Raiders, hey, they keep winning games. They keep finding ways to win some games. I think it's a 7-9 campaign. It may be 8-8, but I don't think you're a wild card team. I know Raider fans want to believe they are. And I mean, maybe there's some evidence to support that, but I feel safe with my 7-9 projection right now as of this moment. That is, I mean, coming into the season, I thought they were going to be, 5-11, I believe I had them as. I can't remember right now. They've surpassed that, and I congratulate them for that. But the schedule is still very difficult, and they're still a very young team. They lost Justin Tuck. Their defense isn't very good, but their offense can play from time to time. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Oakland Raiders from here on out. So tomorrow, I will upload my Q&A, so be prepared for that, and as well as my Monday Night Football game recap. And then on Tuesday, my NBA predictions will be uploaded as well. So look out for those videos on James Carter TV throughout the next 48 hours. Until next time, James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.